Hello guys, welcome to Factorio. I've been playing this game now for a few hours here, possibly like 100 hours or something like that, and I wanted to get a feel for it. Like, it is a very, very fun game, and this is a brand new world, so let's go ahead and start this up. So you can see this is our starting area, and I'm playing things fairly easy. I'm not playing on like super hard difficulty or whatever because I'm also still learning the game. And I have been having so much fun playing this game. So I made the resources rich so I can have enough to start and play around with. And wow, that is a lot of oil right there. Right at the start too. Let me move my microphone a little bit so if you hear a little bit of microphone noise, I'm adjusting the mic stand here. Alright, so since we're at the start, let's go ahead and get things rolling. First thing I like to do is go ahead and get myself a pick. If you hit E, you can bring up your inventory. You can select through the different tabs here. I'm assuming most people have played the game, but I'll be talking through all of the things that I've done. I've been watching YouTube videos of people playing this game, and there are certain things that were done that I didn't exactly know how to do, and I was kind of frustrated as I'm playing the game and trying to figure out, how do you do that? How do you select that little thing that he did? So if you hear me mentioning a lot of things that I'm doing in the game, that's just because I'm assuming some people may not know and, don't want to go trying to looking through all of the game tools to figure out how it's done. It takes kind of forever to do all of that. But enough of that technical jazz there. Let's go ahead and get started in this game. First thing, I'm collecting some wood because we're going to need fuel for when we sat down our first burner miner, I believe it's called. Let me just take a quick look and see what that's called there. Yep, burner miner drill. And the first thing I like to get with the burner miner drill is iron, because iron is really like the lifeblood of the game. Yeah, you're going to need tons of iron from start to finish. And you'll need tons of wood here in the beginning to start everything up with fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and collect a little bit more of these right here. 122 wood. Okay, that's good enough for the wood for now. Oh yeah, this stone's going to be great too. I'm going to need this to make a few more furnaces. Furnaces also help to make the burner miner drills. So these big rocks give you a, looks like 22 stone. You can see there on the right hand side. It'll show that what you'll be gaining from the resources that you're gathering. Now let's look in our inventory here. By hitting E, that shows everything. Sorry for it being dark. I also saw that people use mods to lighten things up and whatever. I have not played with any mods yet. I'm not a fan of mods usually in most games. And yeah, so we're not playing with mods at all. This is vanilla. Rich resources vanilla. Nothing like that good old vanilla. So let's go ahead and dump a little fuel in there, and let's dump a little bit more fuel in there. That's going to go ahead and give us some iron started, which is yum, yum, yum. Exactly what we needed. Now, once that gives us the iron, we can put down a few more burner miner drills. This is coal here, yeah? How much coal is in that? 1 million? Okay, that's a good start. 1 million coal. Now, my objective, or I won't say objective, the way I like to play is I try not to do too much pollution. I want to play where I'm a little bit more conservative on the coal side of things. So I try to limit how much coal that I'm dependent on. Why can't I get that big rock? Or that may not be a big rock. That's why I can't get it. And, I'm always mindful of that kind of stuff, how much pollution I'm spreading around. And solar is my friend here. Sustainable energy. Yum, yum, yum. Loves that solar. All right, I should have enough. Let's go ahead and start crafting up some stuff here. Get a couple boxes going. And then after that, get a couple of furnaces going. Now, what I did there is I right-clicked on them to craft them. If you right-click on them, you'll make 5 at a time. If you left-click on them, you'll make 1 at a time. All right, we should have. All right. Now, if you hold down Control and left click, you'll go ahead and take everything that's in the inventory being produced there. That way you don't have to constantly go into the menu of it all the time, like selecting it to see how much is in there and take it out. You can just hover over it with your mouse, control, left click. Let's hit Alt so we can see our Alt menu. Alt brings up the inventory of the items around you, so that way you don't have to constantly open them to see what's in them. I like keeping my Alt menu open. I should have enough to make a couple of more burner miners here, because coal is going to be useful. So let us make, oh, I can only make 3. Okay. That's going to be a little tough. Only 3. I want to get my coal going as soon as possible. In the meantime, I'll collect some more wood and we'll be right back once I've got a little bit more iron, because things are obviously starting off pretty slow. And I know you guys don't want to be bored watching me just chop down trees. So I'll cut down a few more trees and then I'll pop right back in once the burner miner has generated enough iron for me to make a few more burner miners. Alrighty. So we're back. Let's go ahead and slap down our burner miners here. As you can see, I've got 7 of them. So I want to get one more here, and you can hover over the burner miner to see how much resources it'll be mining from the patch it's set on. We got 2K there, 1.7 there. That's good enough for now. So let's go ahead and slap that down. 50, and let's do 25 there. Yeah, if you if you right click on it, you'll pull up half the stack. So you see if I did like that, I can do that. Or if I left click on it, I'll pull the whole stack. Right click, half stack, left click, full stack. So now we're making much more. And I don't want to keep using wood. Wood is great in the very beginning there if you want to start off with that. But now let's go ahead and use some coal. So we're going to hit the R button to rotate these as we're placing them. So you see if I keep hitting R, it'll rotate in clockwise. If I hold shift and hit R, it'll rotate counterclockwise. So now let's place that bad boy there. Now to get the whole thing started, 1 piece of wood. There we go. And the reason I chose this setup is it places them into each other, so it'll get them all started. So you see this fuel light is about to turn off here. There it goes. Because as this mined 1 piece of coal, it then exported it into this miner burner and so forth. So now I can just control left click and gather up all that delicious coal out of there. Num 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 num. Let's see what else we have. Let's make a couple more furnaces. And we are going to need copper. But before we start making copper, I want to get more iron out of this patch here. So let's go ahead and plop down some more of these. Put some furnaces right in front of them, so that way you can see the little arrow shows where it's going to be dropping the iron. I wonder if the music's a little bit too loud here. Let me check those settings for the music. Alright, so I went ahead and lowered the volume for the music, just in case it's a bit too loud. We don't have enough coal to really get things started like we want to, but that's good enough. We got 1 starting there. Go ahead and get that delicious iron out of there and grab some more coal. Okay, we're starting to get a little bit more coal. And I can use this last one to place a half stack in there and the rest in there. Good. Alright, so we're getting more and more iron now, which is great. Let's make 2 more burner miner drills. I got 4 on iron. I have 4 on coal. I'm going to place 2 here on this copper. And I like when the ores are fairly close together like this, so I don't have to run around so much. Now, let's go ahead and slap that down like that. And we don't have any coal. Now, there has to be stone around here somewhere. And, aha, there's a patch up there with 9K. And there's a patch down there with 92K. Alright, we're probably going to go over here for this 92K. Ooh, that's all the stone we have? Alright, we'll go for the 9K. I'll save that 92K until we find some bigger stone around here. I'm going to need that for once we get things really going. Now, how much fuel do I have in there? Still have 29 wood. Alright, so the wood fuel is going a long way. Let's go Go ahead and jam that up. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have gotten this started first, but whatever. Let's do half C's. There we go. Pull some more coal out of there. And let's find that stone patch. It's up here somewhere. Oh, there it goes. That's a stone right there. Small stone patch. Now, I'm guessing we want 2 of these on stone as well. One, I'm going to export the stone directly into a box. The other, I'm going to put it into a furnace. So how do I want to set this? I'll put the box one, I'll put right here. There goes the air conditioning unit. It's summertime, so it's pretty hot around here, and I'll put the other right there. So let's put one into a furnace. It is not going to make any stone bricks yet. You know, when you export stone to a furnace, it turns the stone into stone bricks. I do not have that technology yet because if we hit T, we can bring up our tech tree. In order to make stone, you need to get this science pack right here, which allows you to make stone walls, so you can then make stone with that, I believe. Since we don't have any of that, let's just do that. That way we can start producing stone in the meantime. Alrighty. Things are going good so far. We got a nice start, generating some coal, generating lots and lots of iron. Delicious, delicious iron. We should also be generating a few bits here of copper. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and start getting our power set up here. So we're going to make one offshore pump. Let us make 2 boilers. Well, I'll make 4 boilers. And then we'll do... I want 8 of these steam engines, but I don't have enough iron just yet. So let's see if we can have just enough for that now. Only 7 so far. So a little bit more. I'll start making the 7 that I do have. And once we get the iron, we can make the last one. There. There. Yes. So now, while that's handcrafting, we may need a little bit more copper and iron as well. Or maybe just the copper for now. Pull that coal out of there. Let's go over to the water and see where we want to set our power up at. I'm thinking I might pull from this small pool. Maybe not. I might not pull from the small pool. I'll pull from the big one. Why not, right? Oh, I really want to know what's over there to the right. I hate not knowing. No, I'm not going to go from the right because coal is over here. Excuse me, let me clear my throat. Alrighty. Coal is over here to the left, and I'm going to need to bring coal over to where the power is located. So I guess we have to bring power upward. In order to bring power upward, I'm going to also need pipe. Yeah, I don't have enough iron for pipe just yet. And there's a way I like to do things. It's a little different. I'm kind of picky about the way I place items down. I don't really just slap them down anywhere. I take a lot of time to figure out where I want them to go. And therefore you'll be seeing some jump cuts as I do a lot of the thinking. I don't want you just sitting there watching me do nothing, sort of talking to myself. I can make some pipes now, yeah? Okay, let's make all 7 of those. Uh-oh. Well, I'll make those 2. Why not? As you can see how important iron is, we're just really going through it. And the handcrafting sucks. Oh my god, handcrafting so bad. But in the beginning game, it's so good to finally see, whoops. So good to finally see all of your hard work paying off, you know, as you slowly get away from handcrafting and start getting to the actual automation, which is our very first science that we're going to get. And alright, I want my power to go upward right here. So small pull it. Ooh, fish. Go ahead and collect those fish. Yeah, you just go ahead and right click on those fish and you'll collect them. Yeah, so we may be pulling from the small pool. Set down our offshore drill. Pump. Place a pipe on it, because that's the way I like to do it. And then I slap a pole there. Not a pole, an underground pipe there. Put another one here. And yeah, this will be good enough to start the power up at. I hope it just won't interfere with this stone right here. And do that. Oh, you actually can make stone brick early game, huh? Hey, I was wrong. Hey, no problem. I'll be wrong on that. I don't mind that. I'm learning, right? Okay, so we set down those like that, and then we put another pipe on the ends of them. And you don't have to put these pipes on the end of them like I'm doing to connect them. It's just the way I like doing things. Yeah, I'm kind of picky about stuff like that. Whoops. There's the sound we don't want to hear. And do I have enough space? I should have enough space to do all the things I want to do there. So let's get our power set up here. Go ahead and slap down some of that. And I should do another pipe there. Yeah, I will, as a matter of fact. Let's get some more of that. Yeah, iron's down to here. And I need to replenish the coal in some of these devices as well. We're going to pull that coal. There you go. Now let's drop some delicious coal in all of that. This one still has wood. Let's drop that in there. Beautiful, beautiful. And we'll also check these two. Oh, look at that. Just in time, huh? And I'll just dump the rest in there because I can pull more out of there. And then dump the rest of that in there as well. Alright, that should give us enough wiggle room here. Make a couple of belts while we're at it. Things are looking good so far. Put a little bit of pipe on each of them. And then connect the last one like that. Now again, you don't have to separate them with that pipe. It's just the way I like doing business. And make some power pole. We are going to need lots of power pole. Which means we are out of wood. Let's collect some more wood while we wait on the belts to be made. Yeah, so we're going to have to run the power from the steam engines because that's where it's being generated. And the steam engines will take steam from the boilers in the back over here. Now we are going to need inserters. In a way I like to do this, I don't use the burner inserters in the beginning because the burner inserters also rely on coal. So if we bring up our menu here by hitting E, we can see the two types of inserters we start with, the burner inserters and then the regular inserters. And because we don't have any iron, it's going to be difficult to make that. So we are certainly going to need to get over here and hoover up the rest of our iron. Boy, I tell you, that oil looks really good over there. I rarely get a map that good where it's like just tons of oil just right there. That is, wow. You know, when you're generating a map, you can be there just constantly generating until you find a decent map. And because, you know, I'm still fairly new, 100 hours in a game like this right here is nothing really. I mean, you're still just grazing the surface with 100 hours. And we'll make 10, 15 inserters. While the inserters are being made, we are going to run some power pole. Just like this. Alright, so that should link power to all of them. Like so. Uh-oh. Come on, OCD. There we go. And let's begin putting down some inserters. So we're going to slap one inserter in front of all of these bad boys. Then we're going to put another inserter one space away from those bad boys. And now we're going to use our belts, but I'm going to set down ghost belt so I can plan it out. So if you hold shift and then you left click, that'll place down a ghost belt. So you see it's just a little ghost image of the regular image, which is that. I can actually put the regular images down right there. But I'm doing the ghost belt because I just want to, I like planning it out. You know, that saves you a lot of time in the long run. Okay, so this is going to be the traveling line out. And let's rotate the belt there and run it to about there. All right. Now, oh yeah, hit Q and you can drop item back in. So if I have it in my hand like this and then I hit Q, it goes back to where it was. Click over here, we got minor drills. Let's make all 3 of those. And it only made 3 because I'm limited on the amount of iron I have at the moment. So is there not coal in there? I mean, iron? Okay, so we're a little bit hurting on resources right now. No problem, no problem. Let's make some stone as well. Oh, we're also going to have to make much more belts. I don't think that's anywhere near enough belts. I have a bit of morning voice at the moment. You know, it's still early in the morning. How much stone do we have? How much stone brick do we have? Let's take that stone brick out of there. Okay. Alright, so everything's looking good so far. We got the power all lined up the way we want it. Now we need boxes. 1 box in between there as a buffer. That's the way I like to do it. I like a buffer in between. So as the coal builds up on the belt, these inserters will be placing coal into the box, and then the back inserter will be placing coal into the burners. But we'll always have a buffer of coal into the wooden box there. I use the wooden box in the beginnings, and then later on, I never use iron chests because steel chests are better. We just don't have steel chests at the moment. So that's why I'm not doing that. And I should have made the drills first. How many drills do I have now? 3. Let's do another 3. I think 6 drills will be the best bet. And then we can start having power. Wonderful, wonderful power. After we get power, I'll make a basic setup so that way we don't have to handcraft so many of these gears and green circuits, I guess. I have a starter factory, I believe, in my book. So let's go ahead and bring up the blueprint books. If you hit B, you bring up your blueprints. Yeah, I think I figured out what was going on there. There was a mix-up in the blueprint book, so I went ahead and got my other blueprint book back. It's named the same thing, but I made some adjustments to it earlier and from the other game that I was working on. So I went and updated that so that way I would have my blueprint book back. Let's go ahead and place these bad boys in. I was handcrafting belts while doing all of that, so that way we can get that out of the way. So, ooh, nice. So we didn't run out of belts there. I was kind of worried about that. Let's get this power set up. So we got the 6 drills here. Oh, I probably shouldn't have bring it all the way down because I'm going to be starting from the top. I don't want to waste any of this coal. So let's start from the edge here like so. Put a space in between each one, just 1 space. You can do 2 spaces in between like this right here, but I'm not going to do that. 1 space will be fine. That's just like, I guess, the most efficient way of doing it. Takes a little bit longer, but, you know, gets the job done. And let's put some power poles in here to connect them. So 1 power pole there each will connect all 6 of these. Since there is no power at the moment. All right. And maybe let's not run it directly so close to the belt. Let's see. Well, we may have to run it very close to the belt, but not on the inside of the belt. I want to do it on the outside of the belt like so. Let's get the maximum length on our pole here. Is that the maximum length? Yeah, that is the maximum length. So now if we just hold it, we can drag the rest all the way over to our power setup. And there we go. So now we should have power once we add coal to these. Whoops. I thought I had way more coal than that. I put some in the furnaces earlier. I mean the burner miners earlier. So there's not much power at the moment. Let's go ahead and get some of that going. That's right. What else can we craft while we wait around? I don't really see what else I want to craft right this second. Except for that. We do want that. Let's put 50 in there, put 50 in there, and put 50 in there. That ought to get things going. Now I'm wondering, should I put a power in the middle there? A couple power poles here. And I guess why not? Just intertwine all of the power. Why not? Ah, there we go. Now we got coal on our belts. Great. And it is dark, so it's hard to see anything. I issue you an apology for that. But it's vanilla. It's what we're all going to have to work with when we play this game in the beginning. Till we get some lights going. Oh, look at that. That iron is coming along. I'm a slow player too. You know, being new to the game and all, I'm pretty slow. So I'm doing a lot of unnecessary running around. And I got one of those. Let's make another 4 more. Was that 3 more that I just made instead of 4? Yeah, that was 3 more. So make 1 more. And I'll place 1 by our setup here. I'll make that 1 right up here at the top like this. There we go. This is our beacon. Or I mean not beacon, our radar. And the radar is going to scan the area for us. So you see now we have a fairly... It also gives us a visual on the map when we're not in the area. So you see this area that's highlighted by the radar that's lit up a little bit here. So now that we have a radar here, see if we zoom in over here where there's no radar coverage, we can't really see there. But if we zoom in over here, well, I'm also standing here too. Wherever you're standing, you can zoom in on the map. If you hit M, it'll pull up your map like so, and then you can zoom in on areas, especially if there's a radar there. So just demonstrating that. Okay. Now I made 4 more radars because, and I need a lot more power poles, so we need more wood. I'm going to spread out the power poles in north, south, east, west directions because I want to see what's out there. Yeah, I want to know what is going on in the world around me. And that's going to help me decide where I want to build my factories and set up a smelting, you know, all of that good stuff that this game has to offer. So that's what we're doing now. This first episode is just getting started with all of that. So let me just drag this out a good bit out here. Hopefully I don't run into any biters while doing this, but I think the biters won't spawn until, like, you know, later on. Hopefully they won't. Last thing I want to do is be here just running around with poles and then I just stumble onto a huge biter base. Oh, ran out of poles. Alright, well, if I ran out of poles, that means this is far enough. So let's slap down one of those bad boys right there. See how far I am from the base. Yeah, that looks about far enough. Ooh, massive coal thing right there. More iron. A little bit of oil there. Alrighty, so let's run back. I got more wood, so that means I can be handcrafting power poles while I'm running back and grab some trees. We're going to need to make more wood, run more power poles. And since you've seen pretty much how that process works, I'll be cutting that out of the video for the next 3 times that I'm going to do it. Because, you know, that's kind of monotonous. You don't want to see that kind of stuff. And my videos are fairly long. I'm going to try to shorten them up. I don't want you to be, you know, stuck too long there at the seat. So I'm going to try to shorten them up. One of the things I want to do here as well is get a starter factory going, which I have the blueprint for it down there. That's my little starter version 1 factory. That's what the V1 on the end of it stands for. You see the name? Factory starter V1. Yeah, I got a little bit more wood. So for the starter factory, I want to place it where the resources are being made. I mean, not made, gathered. So right about here ought to be good. Let's go ahead and slap. Well, we don't even have automation or anything yet, so let's go ahead and be crafting up some of that while we're doing all of this. And grab some more of that as well, because they stop working once they're full, and we want them to continue working, so we'll remove all that coal from there and start spreading it around to all the things that need it. Get a little bit more coal from here, because I don't remember the last time I refilled the stone. Yep. Oh, is the box full? Oh, that's just out of stone there. Okay. Well, I'll pick that up too then. Ooh. That's on the rough side, isn't it? Place you down right there. That should be better for gathering. And dump that there. And since I don't need to carry it, well, let's just bring a few of those with me. How much is it going to store? It still's got 1K. Okay. That'll work for me. And I can be crafting more furnaces while I'm at it. We also need to craft, if I can find the right button to hit, 1 lab. And then we'll have to handcraft a bunch of these, well, not a bunch, just enough of these red science packs. Science pack 1, I mean. We have to handcraft, let's just do 20 in the starter, because we need to get a lab up so that we can get our first bit of research. And that will get us started with automation. Alrighty guys, I'm back. I went, gathered up more resources from the furnaces, spread the coal around. I also went on the map here, so hit M to pull up your map. You can see the amount of pollution by this red thing here. Shows you how much pollution we're generating right now. And I went out here to the west and placed another beacon out there. So we got our east and west beacons placed. We'll do the other 2 later on. And I placed down the blueprint, this blueprint here from our starter factory. I slapped it down right there. I didn't know exactly where I wanted to place it, and it took a little time to kind of guess all of that, and I didn't want you guys to sit through all of that. So, and I also placed down a science lab. Our science labs are located under production, right down here at the bottom. So we got our science lab. I handcrafted a few of these vials. So now let's hit T to bring up our tech tree. First one, automation. Let's go ahead and research that. And let's look at that. It takes 10 science packs to successfully achieve that. Next, what we want to do is go to logistics, which takes 20. So since we don't exactly have 20 yet, let's go ahead and make another 20 of these pallets. Just make a few more. Why not? I mean, we're going to be handcrafting these for quite some time until we get the first level of automation. Once we get automation, then we're going to go ahead and place in these assembly machine. And, oh, we need to make a few more inserters as well. Let's go ahead and plop these bad boys down in here. And I'll talk to you about how this all works right here, what this setup does. For anybody that's, I guess, newer than I am to it. So I'm rotating those and placing them down. Let's slap some chests down here in the middle, right where they're supposed to go. Oops, not forget about those. Okay, so how this works is we have our 2 gear assemblers up here. They're going to be producing gears and then depositing the gears into this center chest. They're going to get the iron to produce the gears from these 2 chests right here. So I come here and I deposit iron, and iron is pulled from this inserter into that assembly, this inserter into that assembly, and then it is produced into gears, and then deposited into that chest. These two obviously make green circuits, deposited into this center chest. It gets the copper wire from these two assembling machines, and these two assembling machines get their copper from this center chest. So let's go ahead and just dump some iron right in the center like that. About 4 out of, not iron, copper. Oh man, that was loud. Okay. So we got that. That's our first science out of the way. Logistics is next. It takes 20. Let's research that. And while it's researching, I should have already handcrafted a few more. There we go. Great, great. Ooh, it's still going to take a long time to get the rest of the science packs done here. So we'll come back once that's finished, because I have to handcraft more, what do you call it? Assembling machines. Whoops. And if I can just hit the right menu, that would really be nice. Let's craft up a few. Oh my goodness. Well, that handcrafting is something else. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as all this handcrafting's done, and I'll probably end up collecting more wood while all of that's going on. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back, guys. It's now daytime again. I went ahead and placed in the assembling machines so that they can start producing. Yay. I had to put all my resources in there, so I don't have much in my inventories right now. But it doesn't matter, because I'm getting the stuff that I want, so I don't have to constantly keep handcrafting all of this good stuff. Science is completed. Let's go ahead and check that out. We have finished logistics. Now, let's see. Which one do I want now? Let's do turrets, because biters are always a problem. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with the biters right now. And let's go over here and check this out. We can see our buffers are nice and full. Once we get turrets, I'm definitely going to place a few around the area here to protect it, because I'm sure biters will be biting this down to pieces. So let's look down at the map. Hit M to pull up your map once again. You can see I went to my north, south, east, and west. I didn't really measure it out. I just ran in a straight line with power poles, and when I figured, let me stop before I hit some biters down there, that's where I decided to place the beacons. Oh, we already seen biters. Yep, there goes one. So you see how my beacons allow me to zoom in right there. I can't zoom in here because the beacon range ain't there, but right around here where the beacon's range is located, well, the beacon's range was extended to that location because it was just researching that area, but now I can no longer, like you can see right there, that new patch coming up right there. The beacon just discovered that area. That's what it's doing. It's discovering all this black area, revealing it on the map for me. So that's what's happening there. And we're eventually going to have a nice, huge open area so I can see where I build what. Now we're coming up to the end on this episode here, because this is getting long-winded. I just wanted you guys to see my sort of beginning startup. Oh, these bad boys fill up quick. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, what do we got there? We got turrets out of the way. Great, great. Military, why not? Get that military. How much? I didn't even check to see. That's 10 researches. 10 lab science, red science packs. Okay, and let's get some of this coal out of the inventory too. I'm gonna load it up. We're gonna deposit that coal by holding control, and then you can also just hold your left mouse button and drag it over wherever once you have the coal mounted on your cursor. So let's put another stack of iron in there, and one more stack of iron in there. Go ahead and get all those nice gears out of there, get those nice circuits out of there. Just put a couple more of that in there. I'm not gonna be greedy about that. In fact, I don't even have to put it in the chest. Let me just dump it right in there so it'll start making it. Go ahead and get that out of there. Wonderful. So now that I got all these great resources here, the next thing we're going to want to do, I don't know exactly what we're going to want to do yet. I'll think about it in between the videos here. But that is all I've got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy this nice little starter setup. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care.